With today's top stories and tomorrow's full forecast in the first 5 minutes. Good evening. I'm Charisse LeClaire. Heroin abuse. It's hard not to hear about in Western Massachusetts. The problem that some would like to shrug off as an urban issue is now plaguing every corner of our region. CBS 3 went to the heart of this problem, speaking with police, residents, and the governor himself to get some insight on the crisis in Western Massachusetts. Our two-part series begins now. Interstate 91, it's taken on a terrible reputation, supplying a booming business that's becoming both deadly and destructive for Western Massachusetts. Now it's called the Heroin Highway, and it has blindsided a Franklin County town.
It's come up so quickly. We weren't aware of it until only a few months ago, and it's all around us.
Mindy Dodalski is a mom. She works at this restaurant in town, and she's right. The cheap drug is everywhere. From these two getting stopped at a local park, allegedly in possession of heroin, to this man accused of having it right next to a school.
We see it up the highway, and when you have 91, you've got Mass Pike, you've got Route 2, all kind of, ending right around here. I don't think you can really tell exactly where it's coming from.
Chief Robert Haig, he's as fed up as anyone with what seems to be a never-ending cycle of addiction, fueled by a demand so great and a supply so readily accessible.
We're getting more overdoses than we've ever had. We've obviously had four deaths this year.
And it's not just overdoses. Heroin's effects are chewing away at most other elements of society. And some around town say just Greenfield's reputation is enough to hurt their means of making a living.
We really want this image. The image we want for Greenfield is that it is a nice place that people can walk freely.
The faces of addiction are everywhere here in Greenfield. Police find themselves arresting sometimes the same people over and over again on heroin charges.
You can put people in handcuffs all day, but in the end, if you're not actually helping them with their problem, with their addiction, or their desire for that, the handcuffs aren't a deterrent. That the governor's office has recognized the struggle that we are going to be having. And I mean, we're trying to get ahead of it as best we can.
And the epidemic has caught the attention of Governor Deval Patrick.
People are dying.
CBS 3 spoke exclusively with Patrick to get answers about where Western Massachusetts goes from here. We found out that some of the $20 million in state funding being dedicated to heroin and opiate addiction will go straight to Franklin County in the form of detox beds.
And one of the things we've been interested in is making a broader range of treatment options available to people alongside methadone.
For Haig, it is a glimmer of hope for his community.
We need to have something here local that when somebody's ready to get help right then and there, we need to have the ability to give them that help.
And for Mindy, it's a step toward getting the city she loves back.
I just hope that we address it with compassion and caring.
Now, to learn more about lowering the heroin demand, tomorrow's continuation of our look into the world of heroin abuse continues in Hampden County, where Holyoke police officers are trying to fight that demand with every arrest and every person sent to treatment. Insight into their struggle begins tomorrow at 11.